Hey guys, here we are at the lake. This lake is full of different wildlife and nature, different reptiles like lizards, snakes, turtles, different amphibians like frogs, tons of frogs around here. I love the wildlife, so that's why we're here today. I want to know, what is your favorite reptile? Mine's the snake, and my favorite amphibian is the frogs. So like I said, frogs are definitely my favorite. If you guys can help me out today and solve a couple problems and get your work done, I think I might be able to find you a frog and show you up close. What do you say? Do you think you can get done your application problem and the problem set and we can find you some frogs? In order to get to the pond where all the frogs are, we need to cross this huge lake. So I have my boat, I have my paddle, and of course I have my life jacket because I'm not the best swimmer. But in order to cross the lake, I need you guys to solve a couple fluency problems, a couple practice problems, just so I can make sure I have the energy to paddle all the way across. Good luck. All right, guys, here we are out on the lake. I need you guys to solve these problems. Each problem you solve, I get to paddle a couple more times so we could get to the frog pond. The pond supposedly is right through that bamboo over there. So you guys can start solving the problems. Oh no, hold on. We're gonna crash. We've made it. Good job. All right, guys, good job making it to the bamboo forest. Now, in order to find our way, which way to go in here, you guys need to solve that application problem. Once you solve that, we'll know which direction that pond really is so we can find that frog. Here we go. All right, guys. My name's Professor Butler. I heard the jungle Mr. Butler needs some help. We're gonna start off, you guys, with this application problem. A little problem for you guys. So the pond has 24 frogs in it. 24 frogs in this pond. If he catches 2/3 of all those frogs, how many will be left in that pond? So for this problem, there are 24 frogs. He's gonna try and catch 2/3 of those 24 frogs. How many frogs will be left when he's all done? First thing you guys are gonna do is find out how many frogs is he gonna catch. So you can solve that now. To solve this, you're going to do, you could drop this to make it 1 because 24 holes, and then we could do our 2/3 times 24 holes. So when we do that, remember we multiply straight across. Numerator times numerator, and denominator times denominator. So if we look, 2 times 24 would give us 48. 3 times 1 gives us 3. Do you think we're done there? No, we're not. We need to figure out how many whole frogs that is. 48/3 doesn't tell me how many frogs I caught. So we're gonna do it this way. 3 goes into 48. All right, first step, divide. 3 goes into 4, 3. 1 time. Multiply. 3 times 1 is 3. Subtract. 4 minus 3 is 1. Bring down 18. Repeat. 3 goes in 18. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 6 times. 3 times 6 is 18. 0. So I have my answer of 16 frogs. Do you think we're done right there? Is 16 our answer to how many frogs are left? It is not. That is how many frogs Mr. Butler caught. So if there's 20, if there's 24 frogs in the pond and Mr. Butler caught 16, how many are going to be left? We subtract 24 minus 16. Go ahead and solve that one. 4 minus 6. Can't do that. Take cross the 2 off, make it a 1. This becomes a 14. Now we can do 14 minus 6, which is 8. 1 minus 1 is 0. So there will be 8 frogs left. All right, good job. All right, Professor Butler said you guys did a great job on your application problem. So we made it out of the bamboo forest. Now, as you can see right over there, that's where I heard all the frogs are. Let's cross over this bridge and let's head over to the pond. Now, you guys need to head back to Professor Butler to do your problem set. He's going to teach you a couple new things. When you're finished, meet me back here. All right, tonight we are still going to multiply fractions. But the tricky thing about tonight is that they're going to give it to us in decimal form. So when you see a problem like this, 7 times 0.5. Remember, this 0.5 is 5/10. So I'm going to rewrite my problem. 7 times 5/10. Now I'm going to be able to solve it. I remember 7 times 5/10. I could drop this to 7 wholes, so now I can multiply across. 7 times 5 gives me 35. 1 times 10 gives me 10. So my answer would be 35/10. And when I write this as a decimal, I would have my 35. And remember, my 5 ends up in the tenths place. So this would be 35/10, or 3 5/10. When you multiply, 7 times 5 is 35. And remember, you bring the decimal over 1 place. So there's the first one. Remember, we're going to work on rewriting 5/10 as a fraction and multiplying it that way. Let me erase this. Here we go. 0.7 times 0.3 equals. All right, we know that this is 7/10. This is 3/10. Let's multiply 7/10 times 3/10. Answer, 7 times 3, 21. 10 times 10 is 100. 21 hundredths. And as a decimal, it will look just like this. 21 hundredths. All right. Another way you can look at it is just, we're changing this into tenths. You just drop this, tenths. 3/10, 7/10. This one we're going to change it up just a little bit. We have 0.13 times. Let's look at this problem. We notice something different. Now there's a decimal and 2 numbers. So this would be tenths, but now since we add the 3, that's going to be 13 hundredths. 13 hundredths times 6 what? 6/10. Now remember, we're doing the same thing we've done in the past lessons. We multiply our numerator times numerator and our denominator times denominator. 13 times 6. That's a tricky one. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 78. 100 times 10. 1,000. My answer is 78 thousandths. As a decimal, 0.078. 78 thousandths. For this lesson, we really need to think back on how we write tenths, hundredths, and thousandths as decimal. Remember, we have our tenths place, hundredths place, thousandths place. All right, for this problem, I have 1 4 tenths times 0.3, or 3 tenths. Now for this one, 1.4 tenths, we can also know this is 14 tenths. And we're going to multiply it times 3 tenths equals. So numerator times numerator, 14 times 3, denominator times denominator, 10 times 10, and we'll solve. 14 times 3 is 42. 10 times 10 is 100. 42 hundredths. As a decimal, 0.42. 42 hundredths. All right, I hope you learned some things today, and I hope this will help you on your Succeed book. Remember, if you have any problems, look back at the lesson or check out the YouTube video. I think you guys have done your work. I'll send it back to Mr. Butler, and you can go try to catch that frog. Good job today. You guys solved your work. Did the problem set, did the application problem. Here we are, and I think I found our frog. Since you guys did all your work and did what you're supposed to, now it's my time to catch this frog. As you can see, he's sitting there right on the edge. Stay tuned as I catch him. All right, guys, here he is. We got you the frog. Good job today. I'm gonna let him go. All right, the Ed puzzle is done for today. Your next step is to go into your Succeed book, Module 4, Lesson 17. Special occasion today, I have the page number, which is 168. You guys need to have this done, so when we meet tomorrow, we could go over your answers. Make sure you write down any questions you might have so I can help you tomorrow. Good luck.